How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Ty_Drums here, and today we're going to be talking about Week 14. Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos. Raiders lose once again, 24-17, and we are 2-11. Also 2-11 is the Tennessee Titans. They actually won against the Browns, which is something that we couldn't do. Literally, like 2 weeks ago. We lost by 14 to the Browns. And what I thought was statistically the worst team in the league just beat them, and now we are tied for worst in the entire NFL with the Titans. So that's just great. That's just great. But I figured this would happen. I can't lie. I would assume that we would have lost regardless. And I am happy though that there was more offense in this game. It wasn't as just boring and sluggish as that Monday Night Football game. That was atrocious. I mean, that was so bad. I'm recording this at like 5 o'clock on Sunday night, and the NFL YouTube channel just uploaded the highlights to this game, and this was like a 1 o'clock game, like an early afternoon game. They just uploaded the highlights. I was like, man, I don't think even the NFL wants to show this game. Is it as bad as their last one? But there was still some good offense here. We're still seeing the Geno and Brock Bowers connection, which is really nice. We even saw Kenny Pickett get in the action and throw a touchdown as well, which was good. Pickett, he's always been looked down as a shitty quarterback, and when he's played this season, he's really done nothing. Like no yardage, absolutely nothing. So, but to have someone like Pickett, does have a lot of experience with this team. Definitely more than Geno, actually get some playing time and get a touchdown. That's really good. I really like seeing that. And just throws a nice dart to Jackson, which is fucking awesome. Someone else I've never seen this season actually getting a target and a touchdown, which I've said this in weeks before. That's what I want to see from us right now. Forget winning, I just want to see us do good. I want to see more variety in the offense, and that's what we got a bit of today, which was nice. Some things like that were good, but others, Genty's still, another 30-yard rushing game, just like last week, I believe, versus the Chargers. Still getting used as a passing option a lot. It was not as much, I think, as the previous weeks, but I mean, it's not a week goes by where we don't see a quick check down pass to Genty. It's just like, man, what are we going to do about that? How are we going to really utilize Genty to his full potential? I don't know if that's possible with how we're running things with this team. And it really feels like we're more focused on the passing game and the Seattle offense, utilizing, Lockett. We're still utilizing him a lot. I think Beck had the most receiving yards. Did I say his name? Beck? Beck? No, not Betch. Beck. Which is nice, Again, it's good to see variety instead of just, nothing against Trey Tucker, but when it was Chip Kelly's offense, he was the top receiver every single week. It's like, dude, we have more guys, so. Geno Smith didn't throw an interception today. Maybe him getting benched for Pickett was to preserve his positive touchdown to interception ratio. I think he's at 16 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. So that's great. That is really good. I like that. And I hope that he finishes out the year with more touchdowns than interceptions. I have more faith in Geno Smith finishing with more touchdowns than interceptions, as opposed to the Raiders winning another game this season, because realistically, we're going up against the Eagles next week, the Texans the week after that, the Giants Christmas week, and then the Chiefs to end the season. Our best bets to win is against the Giants, for sure. And even then, I don't feel confident with that. So, yeah, definitely, moment. So, yeah, I don't know if Geno got injured so that Pickett was put in, or if he just got benched. I don't know what that was, but I mean, watching the highlights, there's some good catches in here. But, just watching the highlights, it just kind of shows the positives. Yeah, and then they just show Pickett right in there. Went for that fourth to Bowers, didn't get it. So that could have been a touchdown there. Potential extra points on the board. That could have made a difference. Potentially tied the game if that drive would have worked. But, at least, just like in the last game against Denver, we kept it close. If Carlson would have made that kick, we would have gone to overtime. Things could have been different. I don't know. But at least, in this game, Carlson didn't miss any kicks. That's good. And, on defense, Max Crosby got another sack. I don't know how many games in a row he's gotten a sack in, but the dude's playing his heart out for this team. He's my favorite player for a reason. He is the face of this team. Don't get it twisted. But, there's stuff with the defense, like that opening touchdown, Bo Nix just running through the middle. I'm just like, dude, what are we doing here? And it's like they block off Crosby, and it's just an open lane. I'm like, man, what is going on here? But other than that, we still sacked Bo Nix 3 times. The defense still has some life in it. But, I mean, the defense can't do everything. Even when defense puts the ball, for our offense in a good position, we still have trouble converting that into points. And that's always going to be an issue for us, it feels like, with this squad. Offensive line, we really got to fix that. It's got to be the worst offensive line in the league. No protection, or barely any protection. At least, and with Geno, it's kind of putting pressure on him, but he's performing a bit more under pressure, I think. Maybe played a bit safer this week. I don't know. But, not throwing the ball into the other team's hands, being safer with it, that's a good start. But, you got to start by protecting the quarterback. That's the thing, because with all that pressure, it just causes more of the situations where potential interceptions or, plays being broken up, all that goes down. And of course, after getting sacked 10 times the other week, it's like, what, like something has to change. I feel like we're going to draft for the offensive line, as we are a team that is always drafted for need. We'll probably keep this offensive scheme going. We're also a team that hasn't really been affected by injuries this season at all. We're just straight up doo-doo. The Niners are still doing fantastic, and they have their injury reserve is like almost an entire half a football team, pretty much. It's insane. And yet we just cannot seem to make it work. And it's like it's one of those things, it's like you don't even know where to start with how to fix this problem. It's crazy. But it is what it is. We're going to lose to the Eagles next week. Cross fingers for the Texans and the Giants games, but we're still rolling with the 2-15 prediction. I'm sure it's going to happen. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy Ty_Drum signing off. Hope y'all have a good one. Cheers. Take care, everybody.